cat who's staying now, right? The white cat is staying. And then how we decided this cat would stay is my wife, because on Sabbath morning, what we do is, I come home from synagogue. We have what we call a kiddush. Like kiddush, it's normally like crackers, cheese, fish, like smoked salmon or herring, that sort of thing, and herring. And that kind of and then a little bit of cake or something, for dessert. At kiddush, we started doing that during lockdown, I think. Anyway, I digress. So we do that, and then afterwards we kind of like head to the couches and just we chill out. It's like Christmas morning. We just chill out on the couches, right, and read and sleep. Right, that's essentially it. So and the family's there. So we're talking about names for the cat, right? My wife's sleeping, and she opens her eyes and says, "The perfect name, right? The perfect name," which we didn't end up keeping because I'm a schmuck, right? It's my own fault. And she says, "You know what we should call the cat? Whitey." So I'm like, "Yes! Oh, yes! Please, yes!" My daughter's like, "You're just going to make fun, aren't you?" No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to just make fun of the cat called Whitey. So I actually got to believe that for a little bit. And then I broke and I said, "Could you get the cat? Could you go and get Whitey?" That thing would make me laugh forever, right? Literally forever. But it was a pleasure denied me, unfortunately. Oh, get Whitey. So now I see there's a bunch of other names. None of them went down. Well, I've always liked the Evil Emperor Sexy Time, but no, nobody wants that, obviously. I said, "Look, this is a very powerful cat. He's very white. Why don't we call him White Power?" Meow. Something like that, right? Something like that. Because I love doing wildly inappropriate things. Like I taught my neighbors' kids when they were little, right? Like I'm like, the naughty one on the block. I taught them when they were little, like 3 or 4, to go, "White Power." When my kids were little, we used to have guests for the Sabbath. I was like, "Kids, if you behave, I'll tell you which one is adopted." Keeps them on their toes. Let me tell you, keeps them on their toes. So I have that sense of humor. What can I tell you? It comes from my mother. Everything I love about myself the most is the worst things about me, and they all come from my mother. Everything is true about that sentence. It's very strange, but it is true. So I suggested we could call her KKK. Why? Because she's a cute kitty cat. There's it's spelt wrong, right? That makes her individual. KKK, baby. No, White Dragon they wouldn't go for either. What else? Adolf. Can we call Adolf Hitler? Can we call the cat Adolf Hitler, please? Right? And I admit that this was an Orthodox Jewish rabbi saying this in the middle of Sabbath dinner. Can we call her Adolf Hitler? Which was, I said, a very good mushroom and meat, barley meat soup. Sadly, no mushrooms. My daughter was home, who doesn't like mushrooms. And so close, but so far. Anyway, but it was very good. Anyway, so we said it on Milky, right? I just really, I wish we were going with Whitey, right? That would never not make me laugh. Okay, I'm sorry. That would never. Oh no, I also suggested Schwarzer, right? Schwarzer is a derogatory word for black person in Yiddish, Jewish language. And my daughter was like, "I can't go to the vet, and tell her we're calling the cat Schwarzer." No, that's a very bad word in Jewish. Let me tell you, very bad word. Oh man, actually, okay, this is a true story, and it really is. I was going to say that I'm full of shit. But actually, this one actually is. It's brilliant. There's a place in the old city of Jerusalem called Heritage House, which is I used to work there when I was in rabbinical seminary, which is a free hostel for Jews, right? And they get them to do Jewish classes. I mean, they're very open. They're like, yeah, we're trying to proselytize to you, but we give you can stay here for free, right? If you go to these classes over here, you get free food, right? It's and yeah, the classes are normally quite good. So but they're very so I work there, right? And when somebody comes in, you talk to them and you find out if they're Jewish, right? Because it's only you can only stay there if you're Jewish, right? It's a very what can I say, segregated place. So this black guy comes in, and but yeah, a lot of people think there aren't any black Jews. There's tons of black Jews, for God's sake. I was like, it was at lunch today, right? I stood up, I looked outside the window. This huge family, this huge black family I'd never seen before, was just walking down the street. I'm like, where did you come from? Well, I mean, I would have noticed, surely, right? I don't know. But there are tons, right? Where are they going with this? I totally lost my. Oh yeah. So the black guy, he turns out, he says, yes, I'm Jewish. He says, so when he asks him, the guy working on the camp, this wasn't me, this was a friend of mine, right? But it's a famous story, right? And it's all true, right? You schmooze with them, and he says, yes, I'm Jewish, and I just found out I was Jewish. In fact, my grandfather gave me my Jewish name. He's like, really? What is it? And this is the black guy. What am I? He said it's Schwarzer. What do you do? Again, that's like the N-word in Jewish, right? It's really bad, okay? I don't think I can oversell this, right? So the guy's like, and he says, and they keep talking, said, do you mind if you call me by my Jewish name? I was like, really? Okay, Schwarzer, hand me that pen, would you, Schwarzer? It's like the worst thing. That's actually a true story. That was a Christmas miracle. I hope I assume he was allowed to stay there after that. But like, how do you break it to him? Like, dude, yeah. I mean, like, who wants to be the? Oh, hey. Oh. I think that's the sort of story that Ricky Gervais would like. What I'm trying to talk about Ricky Gervais tonight, I saw his Christmas special on Christmas, right? His new special. And boy, you know how, like, what's been happening to me on Twitter for the last day or so, a couple of days. You know how, like, Twitter warriors or, like, they go, like, liberal progressives, I should say, they go apeshit if you accidentally break one of their rules. Right, if you go, you misgender someone, whatever, accidentally, they go ape shit, right? So he was purposefully breaking all their rules, like just like and beautifully. Oh my God! Yeah, do I have that clip? We'll watch that clip, right? Because it's really good. Like it really is good. And gives me hope for the world. Although I have to tell you, this year, man, looking back on this year, whoa, it has been a bit, I would say, not the best of years. I mean, like, we kind of, like, stood still, right, for 12. There's been a few highs, but it's been a really uneventful year. I mean, I'm thinking maybe everything's just getting queued up for 2024 when, America falls. I mean, how on earth?
People don't think we evolved in the first.
Like, how on earth is there possibly going to be an election 2024? Right? I mean, look, if they don't have Trump on the ballot in all 52 states, then you don't have America anymore, right? That really will be. That's when they'll get a convention of states and they'll break apart, right? That's genuinely what will happen. And what I actually think will happen. Right, and I'm always wrong, but we'll look back at the year. What I think will happen is they'll keep him off of the ballots in a few states, but the states they were not swing states anyway, right? There's no chance in winning, and he runs as long as he runs on all the swing states. I think he's going to win. Basically, I think he's going to have an overwhelming victory, right? On all the states that he's in. which will be most of them. And then, they'll say, no, this man calls an insurrection. For the sake of democracy, we must have a military coup. Right? What? You think that wouldn't happen? Yeah, we've got to save democracy from Trump. So we're rolling the tanks. That's totally a plan on the table. Right? You don't think you'll see that by this time next year? And if he's not, and if there's not if he's not on the ballot, so he doesn't resoundingly win. It's the country's going to pull itself apart. It's done at that point. It really is. It's done. Anyway, so firstly, this isn't the clip I was thinking of. This is another clip. Well, the clip was talking about illegal immigration. Right, that was brilliant. Said, "Oh look, I'm woke now. I'm going to go for because I love illegal immigrants. Right, I go driving around Dover looking for them. I see a boat. I say, come here, up with you. Women and children first. Oh, just the lads. I said, oh, come on then. What I do? Let's have a look at this.
Some people don't think we evolved in the first place. Some people think that God made us all at once in one fell swoop and by himself. I think if he'd had a wife or a mate, they'd have been."
It's not really what we think, but okay. We think evolution happened.
Questions when he was working, wouldn't they? Be like, what are you doing? Creating man. Oh, what's it got? What do you mean, what's it got? Has it got, like, claws and fangs and shit? No, not really, no. Oh, has it got poison? No, no poison. Oh, has it got armour, like spikes and shit? No, no armour. How will it survive? It's got the best brain in the animal kingdom. It'll work stuff out. It'll create weaponry to take down beasts 100 times mightier than itself. It'll wear their carcass through the Ice Age. It'll go through famine. It'll go through world wars. It'll eventually start getting scared of words.
So on target, because again, I had these weirdos on Twitter for the last couple of days freaking out with my thumbnails. How dare you sexualize Millie Gibson? She's very sexy. I know what to tell you. Yeah, look. You know when you see Millie Gibson and your knickers get all tight, right? That means you're normal, okay? Right? Don't have to worry about feeling tingly down below, darling. It's all okay, right? It's all okay.
For 10,000 generations, it'll be top dog. Oh. What are they? His testicles. Oh. What are they for? He keeps everything in there. His seed, his DNA. What's DNA? It's like a blueprint for life. It determines what you're like, what sex you are. How many sexes are there? 2.
Again, it's just like, you imagine the people cavelling over the new Doctor Who, which we're going to talk about, obviously, hearing this, and they're like,
Also, that's where he keeps his testosterone, so he's fucking well hard, right? And if you take a finger and flick a testicle, he's fucked. He's absolutely...
That is true. That is true. Yeah, the most painful scene in the two most painful scenes in all of cinema were 147 Hours, where what's his name, James Franco cuts his arm off, and the interrogation scene in Casino Royale with a wicker chair and a rope.
He's thrown up. He's on the floor. He's out of the game. Absolutely kippered. Why are you putting it on the outside? For a laugh. Just for a laugh.
Yeah, so that's, I think that was kind of big news over, the vacation. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet! Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.